I'm like, and I knew.
Yo, guys. That's a good one.
Dreams pulling up, I'm like, I'm living my best life.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. Oh my god, I hate myself.
Hey guys. Hey guys, we're filming a video today. We're gonna be talking about some tea. I'm nervous. We're about to start drinking, so
We got some chasers and some. We're gonna basically just kind of like take a shot. We're gonna try and do a shot for every question. We'll see.
The first question we're gonna talk about is how many boyfriends we've had. A little basic question.
One. I've only had one like serious boyfriend. We're still together. We actually just celebrated our 2 years, and he's the best, and I love him. So that's all I have to say.
Cute.
Look at how happy my face got.
How cute.
I'm not even drunk yet.
I've had 2 boyfriends. I had one in high school from freshman year until like the middle of sophomore year. It was like a year and a half, I think, and it just ended because it was just like I don't know, just stupid. And then my second relationship I've been in, it's been a long, it's like been 3 years off and on this month. We broke up.
That's insane.
I know.
Right, so the next question is, what is like the worst thing that you've ever done, like slash like gotten in trouble for, like with your parents?
So the worst thing I've been punished for is being drunk. And I had been out, I think, one time before this incident. So it's 2 in the morning, we're like, oh my god, like, Mom, like, we lost track of time, but like the cops are here at the party, we need you to come pick us up. And she's like, okay, like I'm coming. And then we were going on the freeway, and there was like a turn, and I started feeling sick. I was like, oh my god. And I started throwing up in the car, because I didn't want to tell her to pull over so I could throw up, so I didn't want her to know I was drunk.
Oh my god.
So I started throwing up in the car, and no one says anything for a while. I'm just like, like just throwing up. My mom's like talking to us still. And then she's like, oh my gosh, she's throwing up. And my mom's like, oh my god, you're fucking drunk, like I knew it. All this shit. And I was like, fuck, she knows.
No.
She knows. So I'm getting out of the car, there's like throw up in the back seat, and I'm like, I'll clean it up. She's like, no, you're not, you're fucking drunk, go inside. Like, just go inside. And I was like fucking walking hella fucked up into my house. Comes inside, she's like, let me have your phone. And I was like,
Oh.
what?
Yikes.
My phone.
My phone.
And then she was like, yeah, let me have your phone. So I gave the phone to her. Went to my phone and she went through all my text messages. So she had found out like all the partying I did. Fuck, I felt so bad. She took my phone. I couldn't leave the house for like a week or 2.
No way.
Yeah, it was bad.
So mine, basically it was sophomore year and I had already got grounded. So I was grounded and I got my phone taken away. So my friend Danielle, she had an iPod or like an old phone. So I was like, oh, can I use it? I'll hook it up to my Wi-Fi so I can text people. So I was like texting my friends. They were all hanging out and I was jealous and I wanted to be there. So they were like, oh, we'll come pick you up. And I was like, okay, down. My dumbass is doing it through Twitter, like we're DMing. And my mom has my phone in her room because she took it away from me. And so like she kept getting notifications and she was like, why is this person blowing her up? She has to be replying. So then she saw the DM that said, we're on our way and like we're outside, whatever. So they say we're outside, so I like get up out of my bed, I'm like sneaking out. I open my door and my mom opens her door. And our doors are literally right next to each other. Like you can't escape it. And so I was like, like I yawned, like pretended to be tired, and she was like, okay, whatever. She went downstairs, I went into the bathroom. And then I was like, oh my god, wait, she's downstairs. And you can hear when our side gate opens in our house. And so like I heard the side gate open. So I was like, oh, this is my chance to book it, like through the front door. So I run down the stairs, like run out the front door. And then I was like, okay, I made it, like holy shit. So then I start running down our grass. And then like right when I get towards like the end of the grass, we had like a car parked there. And my mom jumps out from behind the car and she's like, rah! And I was like, whoa, like you scared me, haha. And I was like, okay, bye. Like I was like determined to leave. So I was like, bye, and I started walking towards the car and she was like, where do you think you're going, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, she was really mad at me because she already like didn't trust me, like because of the previous time I was grounded. So yeah, it was not a fun time.
So the next question is talking about the most trouble we've gotten. Go got in trouble at school.
In 7th grade, I remember one day we were walking out of school, like me and all my friends, we were all like walking out together. I don't know how, like in a line. I don't know if that makes sense. We were walking out, and then this girl started pulling on my arm, and I was like, "Okay, dude, like stop." And I like told her, I was like, "Stop." Pulled her off, kept walking. She grabbed my arm again, and I just lost my chill really quick or something, and I turned around, and I was like, "Dude, get the fuck off me." I yelled at her, and I turned around, and all my friends seemed to scram. Like, everyone just booked it. And then I looked up, and then the principal was standing right in front of me. Like, I guess she was walking in front of us, and she heard me. And yeah, she made me do a Saturday school, and she called my mom.
I would always get dress coded, like especially for my nose ring.
Oh, I remember that whole thing.
Yeah, I got my nose pierced sophomore year going into junior, and I went through the first day of school, fine. I got pierced over the summer. First day of school, went through every class, fine. Second day of school, fine. So I was like, everyone's just cool with my nose ring, you know? Like, it's accepted. Like, it's 2 days. They didn't say shit. And then my third day of school, in PE, they're giving us lockers, and then like they gave me my locker. They're like, all right, and you need to go to like this office because you're dress coded for your nose piercing. I was like nervous about this happening, so I already had a backup plan that they had no clue about. I called my mom real quick, and I was like, hey mom, they're dress coding me for my nose ring. And she already didn't want me to get it because she thought about that, but she was like, okay. I was like, so I'm gonna tell them that I'm Buddhist and it's my purity ring. And she's like, okay. I'm like, just go along with it. Just whatever they ask, just go along with it. You know, just have my back.
I'm weak.
And she was like, okay. I was like, okay, I'm going there now. They call me in. They're like, oh, like, you're just coded because of your nose. Like, we're gonna need you to take that out. And I was like, why? Like, it's part of my religion. And the guy's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm Buddhist. It's my purity ring. And then he's like, no, like, that's a lie. He was like trying to call me a liar, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, that's kind of rude. And then he's like, I'm just gonna call your mom. We'll see what she has to say about this. Like, you know, thinking that my mom's gonna be like, oh, like, I'm so sorry that she's wearing it.
Yeah.
Like, just tell her to take it out, or just put me on the phone with her and I'll talk to her. Whatever he thought was gonna happen, I already warned my mom. So he calls my mom, and then he's like, hey, like, Miss, Sayde's here with us because she got dress coded because her nose ring. Like, we're gonna need you to tell her.
Hey, Miss Sayde.
Hey, Miss Upton, your freaking daughter's here with a nose ring. Like, what's up with that? Like, why does she have a nose ring? And then she's like, oh yeah, like, she has a nose ring. It's her religion. Like, that's what we do. And she's like, she just turned 16 this summer. That's what we do.
Oh,
and so
that's good.
He was kind of just like frustrated. He's like, okay, well, you guys are gonna get like a note signed by like your church and stuff on this. And he gave me a pass to wear it for a week and had a paper to go sign by my church. And I just walked around with the pass, and then I never got anything signed, and I just wore my nose ring. Sometimes I would just wear a clear one, or like when I would go to the office, like just for like little notes, I would just take out my nose ring and go.
I'm weak.
Sneak around it. But I mean, a lot of teachers didn't really care because I just wore it so much. It was like,
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember like you telling me that, and I was like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
at my school, they allowed piercings.
Like, really, is this bothering anyone? Like,
Okay, so the next question is literally just cops, question mark. So we're just gonna talk about like any encounters that we've had with police officers.
so my interaction with cops, I've only had one, but it's like the worst thing you could ever want, I feel. Well, not the worst thing. Like, I didn't go to jail, but it just sucks. So I recently, like 2 months ago, got a DUI, which freaking sucks.
Yeah.
It's a long story, but basically, long story short, I was going through a DUI checkpoint, and I didn't want to go through it because I didn't have my license. My tag wasn't on my car. Me and my friend had a bottle on us. So instead of going through that, I was just like, what if I could just get out of this? So I basically just peeled. I ran over cones and everything. I peeled out of a DUI checkpoint, and I just turned down the street, and I tried to go, and 2 motorcycle cops came up behind. Well, 2 motorcycle cops came to me, and they had me do like the drunk test, like flashlight in your eyes, walking in a line, like balancing on a foot, the breathalyzer. and I ended up failing the breathalyzer because if you're under the age of 21, if you blow anything over a .01, that automatically gets you a DUI. Even if you drink cough syrup and you drive,
Damn.
and if it's over .01, even though it's not like technically alcohol, you'll still get a DUI.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I didn't go to jail. I got picked up, got a big fine for my car being in the impounded, yeah. And then I have court next month, so so that's exciting.
I've actually done a video on this before, but I was 16 at the time, but I didn't have my license yet, and it was New Year's Eve, and 2 of my friends wanted to drink, so I was like, okay, I'll drive even though I don't have a license. And I basically made like a really bad turn and went in a parking lot to like calm myself down because I freaked out because I cut someone off. The person I cut off obviously thought I was drunk. It was New Year's Eve, so they called the police on me, and they found us in the parking lot. And thankfully we went into McDonald's to get a cup of ice for their alcohol. So when we came out, the cops were pulling up, so I tossed the keys to my friend that it was her car. So she got in the driver's seat, I got in the passenger, our other friend got in the back. The police, there was 4 of them, they all came up, cornered us right there, and one on each door, just questioning the shit out of us. They asked why we had ice. I said I have a really bad habit of chewing ice. That's the first thing that came to my goddamn head. And then, to make it better, he was like, okay, they basically ended the story. They were like, okay, we're gonna let you go. We better not see you at any parties tonight. Thankfully, I had a flannel to cover up the 4 Loko that was sitting right next to me, and weed was hidden. My friend thought it would be a funny joke for the night to put a picture that we had taken of us, it's kind of like a booty picture of both of us as my screensaver. So I have my phone in my hand, the police is standing right here taking the report, and he asks me for the time. So I click on my phone, he sees our asses, and he's just like, okay, he's like, yeah, you're gonna need to change that. Like just 100% red flags. And they let us go. We get to the party, and then we're pulling in the cul-de-sac to the party, and it's these same cops that pulled us over at the McDonald's parking lot. And I was like, fuck. So we literally got to the corner of the cul-de-sac, threw everything out of the car. We were like, weed, 4 Locos, yeah! Like just throwing all our shit out. And we drove past the cop, and they didn't see us, and we went home that night.
That's so funny. That sucks. I remember hearing about that story, and I was like, dang, all your guys' alcohol is gone.
Yeah, no, it was shitty. And then the second one was just when I got my ticket for my no stop, like my failure to stop. I didn't see the cop. I barely tapped on my brakes. It was my fault.
Our last question is talking about our daddy issues.
Spilling the fucking tea.
Right? I'm all leaning in. We're just gonna talk about our daddy issues, but before that, I think I actually need 2 shots.
Yeah, honestly, pour them up.
Oh, that'd be cool if we can like, we have your laptop. We should low-key have you do it. Cause it has like all the questions on there. You can like choose like, you know, all the answer options.
I just realized when you said we have my laptop. That looks bomb as fuck. She did that by herself. That's my best friend. Go best friend.
It was kind of cool as a middle finger. Well, and
Shots.
Okay.
Shots.
Daddy issues. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so I'm just gonna basically sum it up because it's actually the longest story of my life. And it's actually something I hate talking about. I was like a daddy's girl. Like, I think it was very known that like I was a daddy's girl. He was like my favorite person in the world. We were really close, whatever. And then when I was 3, my parents got a divorce, but they still lived close enough to each other to where they could do the half custody thing, so it was perfect. And then in going into 6th grade, my mom lost her job as a preschool teacher, so she unfortunately couldn't pay rent anymore. So she went to move back in with my grandparents, which unfortunately was to Orange County. So that's like a 4-hour drive. So basically I had to pick who I wanted to live with, which I still to this day, like, this is the one thing that like I hate about the situation, was that I was kind of like forced at like a really young age to pick who I wanted to live with, which I think is honestly kind of bullshit, because I was, 12, 13. I can't be making those kind of decisions. Like, I don't know what I want. Like, I don't know. But anyway, my dad had a new girlfriend at the time, and I actually like her now. But at the time, I just was like really weird, because like it was always just me and my dad. And so like when she came in, obviously I was just kind of like thrown off by that. And this is literally proof to why I shouldn't have been able to make this decision on my own, and they should have talked it out as adults, because I remember thinking one of the reasons I wanted to move with my mom and not stay with my dad was because his new girlfriend wouldn't let me eat hot Cheetos if I didn't eat my dinner. And I was like, fuck that, dude. I love hot Cheetos.
Me.
I was like,
you were me.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, where are you?
I've already packed my bags.
So yeah, I basically packed up and me and my dad had a great relationship, so I was scared to tell him that I wanted to go with my mom. So I remember it was the day before Christmas break. I stayed up until like 4 in the morning. I packed up all my shit, like my entire room, in bags, suitcases, whatever, and I just kept it all in my room. I didn't say a word to my dad about it, and my mom picked me up from school. We ended up staying at her friend's house. It was just a hot mess. The day that my mom finally went to take me to get my stuff and talk to my dad, we walked in the front door, and like all my stuff was like lined up down the hallway. And I don't know why, I remember that so vivid. And I just remember my mom and my dad like getting in a fight. I don't even remember what they were fighting about, but they were like yelling at each other and stuff. I was like little, so I was scared, so I ran into my stepmom and I was like, nah, and I was like crying. And yeah, and then finally it got quiet like in the living room, so I was like, what the hell? So I walked back out there and my mom had left, and it was just me and my dad. We just had this like really serious talk that like I still think that's probably the hardest moment of my entire life, like having with him. But yeah, it was really hard, and that was the first and only time I like saw him cry, and that will stick with me like forever. And he basically just said like he was like upset that like I didn't talk to him about it, and I don't know why I didn't. I think I was just too young to like understand like that my actions would hurt him that bad. So yeah, and then for a few years we had like a okay relationship. Like I'd come and visit, he would pick me up, whatever. And now we're just kind of chilling. I don't know, like I know we both love each other endlessly, and I know he would do anything for me, and that's good to know, but we don't really talk much anymore. Daddy issue. I need another shot.
Yeah, I do too. Wow. When I was 12, my dad actually passed away. So, not too laugh. I mean, we don't cry about men. Men ain't shit. Little backstory. My mom has raised me my whole life. When my mom found out she was pregnant, my dad was already with another girl. So it was me and my mom. We're besties.
We besties. No, literally, Tanya is the shit.
I love my mom. I love her. She bugs, but I love her. My mom is just will do anything for me.
Literally.
Anything I ask, it's done. Consider it done. Anything for me, my friends. Like she's a mom to everyone.
Literally.
So my dad would see me when I was little, but I just want to be with my mom. So like, I didn't want to see my dad. They just cut off visitation. My mom just made it happen. I didn't want to see him. She didn't make me see him. And I would kind of like, as I got older, I'd want to see him and get more curious about him. She would take me to go visit him, and like, I was in 7th grade, 12 going on 13. My dad was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Like that's how he found it, was at stage 4. That's the last stage, if you're not familiar.
I remember I was with, it literally was so weird, because I was 6th grade, right?
It was 7th grade actually.
7th grade. That was when I had already moved to Orange County, but I just so happened to be in town visiting when you found out. I remember I was with your mom in the car when she got the text.
I actually don't remember finding out. That's
I
weird.
remember it really vividly. She was like, holy shit. And I was like, what? And she was like, Peter. And I was like, what? And then she like said it and I was like, well, like it like slapped me in the face.
Fuck. But yeah, he got lung cancer and he ended up dying. And so daddy issues are like non-existent since, well, I mean, I guess they are there since I don't have a dad. Like when I was younger, it didn't really affect me because it was kind of like I didn't see him that much anyway, so it's not like my normal routine. Like I'm sure it is more for other girls, but like it doesn't really bother me. Or I mean, like, the older I get, the more I think that I'm missing out on having a dad. Like for little things, like when you have a serious boyfriend, like when you think about getting married, like having kids, like that's like a thing that like I want to share with like a dad or like have a bigger family for. And like since it's happened, like I don't talk to anyone on my dad's side, so it's like I only have my mom's perspective on everything. My mom is like the goat, greatest.
The goat. We gotta like
I know, I'm
Tanya.
like fucking like shut the fuck up, mom. Anyways, yeah, daddy issues.
So
Where are they? We don't know daddy issues.
daddy issues who? I love my daddy. Antonio,
Let's take a
where
shot.
you at?
Hold up with that in.
We're gonna take another shot.
We need another
I
bottle
hope
this
you.
one.
Oh, I almost fell. I hope you guys liked this video. So we're gonna take a shot to celebrate. Confession at the end of this video. One time,
Oh.
I was taking shots with some friends and we were just kicking it. And someone said something funny and I laughed my ass off. I'll never forget. It was raspberry Smirnoff. I started laughing when the shot was in my mouth. Shot through my nose. That shit was so painful. Like, you think apple juice and water is painful? Try getting vodka.
Hey, I have a kind of funny story like that too.
Tell it.
When my first boyfriend asked me out, we were like at a football stadium, and he had said something. He was being so awkward asking me out, so fucking awkward. Like,
Wait, to be his girlfriend or like out on a
yeah,
date?
that was his
Okay.
girlfriend. So it's kind of like the
Like,
so I want to love you with my girlfriend, and I was
he did
like,
not.
like so fucking like my diamond T-shirt.
He would wear diamond all the time. Every time I saw that fool, he was in Diamond Supply.
So you want to be my girlfriend? Blue fucking Powerade out of my nose.
You're shitting me.
I swear to God, it was so funny, like and awkward.
Did it
like,
hurt?
Yeah. Yeah, it was blue Powerade.
Yeah.
Of course it hurt. It didn't hurt as much like soda, because it was like
Yeah.
Powerade, but
Well, this video has been long as fuck. We'll see how long once I edit it, but right now it's at like an hour and a half at least. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.
thank you.
Bye.